Good morning, everyone. How's your day going? Mine is raining, but hubby is out of the house at a doctor's appointment, so we shouldn't hear any noise. LOL. All right, what are we doing today? I asked the question, would you like to see something new? So I wanted to show you something new, and this is just so the camera has something to focus on and an opportunity for me to say thank you so much for shopping with me. And there's the website where you can do that, or the link. All right, enough of that. So what colors are we using today? We are using pumpkin pie, garden green, and pecan pie. Now, if you're out there, say hi, because I'd like to know who's watching. If you're going to watch the replay, that's great too. Just let me know that. Okay, so I kind of picked fall colors for today. I don't know, I just decided to pick those colors. Okay. So, I also wanted to show you, I'm going to stick those off on the side. I wanted to show you kind of a before and an after. So this is 10 stamp sets, and some of them have dies and some of them don't. Okay, I'll hold that up like that. Versus 10 of the new stacks. Look at that difference, you guys. So much easier, and they're all uniform. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Let me put this mess away now, and we will get started. It's a lot of stamp sets. All right, so I am playing with this stamp set today. Swirl Designs. It also has a die, which I haven't got to play with, but is even more cool. So I already have some ideas for some of this. Maybe that'll be next week's video. So let me know in the comments what you would like to see. If you'd like to see me do something with that, just give me a comment. And you always want to subscribe to my channel, either YouTube or Facebook, to my group, so that way you don't miss anything. Because sometimes I come to you at different times. Okay? All right. So how these work is they're just in here, like so, on a carrier sheet. Okay? And I've got the circle one that I want to show you what to do with. Okay? All right. So I am going to have a bit of scratch paper here, and I've got this stamp, which is the swirly, and I'm using pumpkin pie. And I just wanted to show you how easy you can build a background, okay? And I'm thinking I want my words kind of in the middle. So I'm gonna stamp one layer off, and I'm gonna stamp, wow, this is hard. My ring is right in the middle of my eyeballs. And I'm gonna stamp that second generation. I'm gonna ink it up again, and then I'm just gonna start going around trying to get different sizes, if you will, of overlap around that one. And you can turn it if you need to. I really just want it to be kind of random. Don't want it to be too planned out, okay? So there we go. You could do, I mean, this is just a jumping off point, really, okay? Let me wash this off. And I will show you. So it's just that easy to make your own background. Wouldn't that be pretty in different colors? Or rows of circles, or angle of circles, or whatever. So here's one using Wishing You All the Best and a little flower cluster. Now, I was able to go all the way around with the flower cluster. And this, again, is using this little piece here, this piece here, and this circle here. And then I just sponged with a blending, you know, foam brush, okay? All right, so you can get all different kinds of looks that you want. This one just happened to fit around there. Those flowers just fit almost perfectly. I think the last one, I just did 2, okay? All righty, let's show you some more. Anybody want to see some more? Then you can also do something like this. And that's utilizing this stamp with the garden green, 2nd generation again, with the pumpkin pie, 2nd generation, and full 1st generation on the words, okay? So there's just a couple of things. And then I have more. Would you like to see some more? Here's another one that I kind of started with. And this does even more. It adds in this one, but you got to kind of know when to stop. I really like this one. I really like this one. This one's okay. This one was a little bit busy, but not too bad, okay? So I wanted to show you how I softly did that and to prep for a card that I'm going to show you. Oh, here, let me show you a card first, because I know you want to see a card. So here's a card using those 3 colors of cardstock and doing the random circle with the green for the words, a little bit of pumpkin pie layering, and some bling, okay? Just use what you have. If you want to know specifically what I use, just let me know in the comments and I will let you know all the information. So there's a card, and here's another card. This is using just some background paper, this little 6x6s. This is the part that I made, and then just put it on some green. And then again, I sponged this. Okay, a little bit of our in color blings, a little bit of white twine. There's another card. All right, back to the sponging. So we have a piece of paper, we have our ink, and I always tell you to tap, 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 and always come at it from an angle onto, depending on how soft you want it to look or how deep of color. I was going for, I wanted the edge to have a little bit of color on the edge. So that's why I'm always starting off the page. It's the same as tapping. I'm just starting it off the page and I'm going fairly lightly. What you need to do, and you see me going over and over and over until there's almost nothing left, I'm conditioning the paper, okay? I'm getting the ink into there so that way you don't get something that looks like that, okay? So off the paper softly, because I got a lot of ink on there. And then when I have less ink, then I kind of fill in everything, okay? And it's just a process of how much ink, what color you pick to start with. If you pick a darker color, it's going to cover a whole lot easier, a lot quicker, okay? If you do, say, a pumpkin pie, the two-tone cardstock that we have, then you've already got a light base and you could just add it to the edges if you want. So there's just all different ways. It's just basically what you don't try, right? That's how we learn. We just try something, it works or it doesn't work. And you can see that my color is building, and I'm not going, I'm also turning my paper. I'm not going in the same spot time after time because that's going to build up there and you're not going to be able to easily cover the rest of it, okay? If that makes sense. And then basically you just do as much as you want. I wanted a nice dark edge along my border here. It's kind of like putting a piece of cardstock trim underneath, a layer underneath, without having to do that. All right, I think that's good. So then I had a bigger piece of paper and I did a couple of things. I took this stamp set, which is one we currently have, so Don't think you have to wait till November. And I took the die that is this big leaf, and I cut it out of, obviously this was a bigger piece of paper, but I didn't want to sit there and make you watch me do a whole big piece of paper. And then I cut it out, okay? Step one. I think I can put that away. And I also cut out of the matching cardstock color. So I sponged, pretend this is all sponged. I cut it out. And then I also cut out a layer in the leaf in pumpkin pie, okay? I know it doesn't look like much, but it's coming together. And then what I wanted to show you, let me get my scratch paper back, is I took this leaf, and I figured out an easier way than what I did. It was terrible. You'd have to line stuff up. You wouldn't be happy with me. Let me get my stamp set that I put away. This is also a current one. This is in the yearly catalog, Simply Said. It's a returning one, and I used Let's Celebrate. So I'm going to get that out. Let me get a block. So you might be saying, why is she going with such a big block? And as you know, I can't do it because the thing's in the way, so I'm going to have to stand up. I like to line up my stamps along the grid, and then I just use the edge of the block to line up so I'm nice and straight. That's the best way to do it. At least you know something's straight when you get started. All right, and then all I did was, and I used, okay, this one's going to be Happy Birthday. Oh, well. I used Let's Celebrate, not Happy Birthday. And I'm just basically stamping, trying to keep everything straight. It doesn't have to, don't try and make it exactly level because then you'll really mess up. As far as even, the words, just mix them up, okay? So this is easier than what I did. All right. And remember that this is this color, okay? Oh, well, that's really smart of me. Look at that, I did it. I did it beforehand and forgot. So I cut this out. Then I would take this and I would stamp it, right? And so what I did was I glued this onto my cardstock, and then I glued, let me just show you the card. It'll make much more sense. So I glued this down, which has the negative. Then I filled in the negative with that pumpkin pie cardstock one. And then I layered this over the top. Just put a bow back here and a couple of little dots, and there we go. So, what will you try? Which one's your favorite? I always like to know. Please let me know. Please let me know what you would like to see in future videos. I love to know that too. I'll put back those other pieces that I did, because any of these could be a card easily. A little bit to it. That's all you need. Get these out of the way. All right. So, which do you think you like? We'll just go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me what's your favorite and what you might try. Maybe there's a stamp set that you have that you want a little help with. You can let me know that too, and if I have it, I will definitely try and use it and help you out, okay? I'm here to help, here to teach, here to be your inspiration. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope it's not raining where you are. And I will see you next week, or maybe sooner, so don't forget to follow me. Bye, everybody.